In this video, let's talk about the null conditional assignment operator. This feature has been introduced in Csharp 14 .NET 10 release. This new improvement allows you to safely set a member or an element of the evaluated expression only when the result is not null in a very clean and concise way. In this example, I will only showcase null conditional member access operator, but the same exact thing works with the null conditional element access operator as well. So to showcase this improvement, I'll create a quick example, first demonstrating the problem and then solving it. I will start by creating a new class called video project. It will have only one property of type string called last export path with get and set accessors. It will also be explicitly nullable because a project can exist and be saved but not yet exported. Next, let me declare a method called export video with a return type of string. This method simulates a long-running and resource-heavy operation. It first prints exporting video to the console, then uses thread.sleep to pause the current thread for 5 seconds before continuing execution, simulating the long-running and resource-heavy operation. After the pause, I will simply print to the console export finished, print a simple output path, and also print it to indicate that export was successful. I will now declare a variable called project of type video project and set it as explicitly nullable. Then I will set it to null. Let's now see what happens if I assign the result of the export video method to the video project instance's last export path property. Now let's run the code to see the results. As you can see, the export started, took 5 seconds to finish the process, but the program crashed due to the dereferencing of a null reference. In simple terms, I'm accessing the last export path member from an object that is null. This is bad because resources and time were wasted only for a program to crash afterwards and waste even more time and interrupt the flow. It would have been much better to catch the problem before the method execution. Now, there is a feature set called nullable reference types, which lets developers set a nullable context that turns on null state analysis, which can then provide helpful warnings, such as the one you see here, which in this case warns that there is a dereference of a possible null reference. Now you can also treat those warnings as errors, but either way, that is just a way to let you know that there is a problem. 2 questions still remain. First, why is this problem occurring? And second, how to solve this problem. Before I move on, if you are finding this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a quick comment with what you learned or suggestion with what you'd like to see next. Now, back to the video. Let's begin by answering the first question. Why is this problem occurring? The reason is because the assignment operator has right to left associativity, meaning that it will begin evaluating its operands from right to left. The assignment operator has one operand on the left side and one on the right side. It evaluates the expression on the right side and assigns the result to the expression on the left side, which should be an assignable entity like a variable, field, or a property. So what happens in this case is that the right side gets evaluated first, which is the export video method, and only after that the left side gets evaluated. This is the reason why video exporting happens first and only then the program fails, because of the dereference of a null reference. Now let's answer the second question: how to solve this problem? Well, you can simply use an if statement to check if project is not null, and if so, only then access the last export path property and execute the export video method. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, let me go ahead and comment out the previous statement and run the current logic I wrote. As you can see, nothing happens since the if block never got executed because project is null. Now, beginning with Csharp 14.NET 10, there is a new improvement where you can use null conditional member access operator or null conditional element access operator on the left side of an assignment or compound assignment operator. So with that, let's write a one-line equivalent to the if statement above using the null conditional member access assignment operator. Run it and then discuss the results. So as you can see, it is much more concise with much cleaner syntax. Let me now comment out the previous logic and run the newly written statement to see the results. Once again, you can see nothing happened. And that is because while assignment is right to left associative overall, when using a null conditional member access or element access operator on the left-hand side of the assignment operator, it causes the evaluation to begin from the left side and then move to the right side. So in other words, the left-hand side is evaluated first to check whether any part of the access chain is null. If all parts are not null, the assignment proceeds and the right-hand side is evaluated. If any part is null, the entire left-hand side evaluates to null. The assignment is skipped and the right-hand side is never evaluated. In this case, because the project is null, the full left-hand side evaluates to null. So the right-hand side never runs. Now I will instantiate the project variable to see what happens when the left-hand side is not null, and then run the code. So now you can see only when the left-hand side does not evaluate to null is the right-hand side evaluated. That's the reason why you see exporting video and then you see export finish along with the output path. This provides you with null safety while also preventing you from executing long-running and resource-heavy operations unnecessarily, all with a clear and very concise syntax. So hope at this point you are clear about the null conditional assignment operator in Csharp 14.NET 10, and also even more valuable content is available at digitaldevacademy.com. So definitely check it out by clicking on the link in the description, and I will see you in the next video.